Hey guys, my name's Erin and I'm a nurse obsessed with all things beauty. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to keep the intro nice and short because I have a lot to talk about. I'm talking about all the products that didn't work for me. I usually talk about products that do work and that are worth your money, but I also want you to know what products aren't worth your money. So let's keep this nice and short. If that sounds like something that's of interest to you, let's just get into it. I also want to mention that I'm kind of feeling this makeup look. I'll link everything I'm wearing down below. I didn't do a tutorial for YouTube, but I did do one for my Instagram stories, so it will either be up by the time you're watching this in my highlights or whatever, or it will be up at some point. So let's just get into our big bucket of stuff here. So first I have this R&Co Death Valley Dry Shampoo. I'm a dry shampoo connoisseur and kind of a snob because I have really thin, oily hair and I don't like to wash it. So this just did nothing. I feel like I would spray and spray and spray and it wouldn't really do anything for the oils in my hair. I love a lot of R&Co products. I love their, I think it's a television shampoo and conditioner. The Moisture Shine Cream, love that. I love the thickening spray. Just this was not it for me. The next thing I have here is the Type A aluminum free deodorant. This is the Fresh Rain and Bergamot scent. It is really interesting. It has this little, I don't know if you can see, you kind of squeeze it out like that. It's a really good concept and it smells good. They did send this to me and I really like the concept of this, but I just felt like every time I wore this, I smelled worse. I just didn't smell good with this. If you've been following me, you know I love the Native dry shampoos and I also love the Kopari ones, not quite as much. The Native ones I go through really fast. I do like that the Kopari ones last longer, but I feel like I smell better with Native, so it's like, you know, you pick and choose what you want. So those are some of my favorite natural deodorants that I can recommend. I have one more body product in here. The next product didn't necessarily not work for me, but I felt like it expired too fast. It's this Sunset Glow Oil from Sol de Janeiro. I have two issues with this. The cap is so messy. No matter how much you close it, it leaks out everywhere. And I really like the product initially. It smells amazing, gives you the most amazing glow, and it does not bleed onto other things. But my issue was I maybe have over half of this left, and it's expired. It got really sticky. The texture separated before I put it in my basket. It was like a dark layer on the top and then a lighter layer on the bottom. Totally separated, and I'm really bummed because I do like this formula a lot, but I hate this packaging. I think they might have repackaged, but I hate this packaging and I wish it was last longer because I have too many products to go through to worry about, you know, it expiring super quick. So, and I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. The last little skincare product I have before I get into makeup is the Glow Recipe Pineapple Bright Serum. This didn't necessarily not work for me, but there's a big hard block of product that's like jelly in there. And I barely had this product very long. You can see I didn't get to use that much before I realized that there's like, it's too hard to see on camera, but there's like calcified product in there. I also got this in a BoxyCharm, so I did email Glow Recipe and they sent me a new one to try. So I can't say for sure I don't like this until I try one that's not like old, but it's like, again, if it expires in like 6 months, it's just not for me. So it has an interesting scent, but there's some good ingredients in here. So I will report back how the other one works for me. The rest of this stuff is all makeup. So let's get into the makeup. First thing is a cult favorite. It just didn't work for me. It's the NARS, what is this called? The NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And I have the shade Deauville. And I got this kind of when I started my Instagram page because everyone's raving about it. And it looks like it's expired and kind of separated now, but you can see I used quite a bit. And I just don't understand the hype around this because every time I use this, my skin just looks so dry, crepey. It just felt like it was sitting on top of my skin. It never really blended in. And it just didn't work for me. So it's a bummer, but yeah, just wasn't for me. I have one more foundation here, and it's the Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. This is another foundation that I did use quite a bit of it. I was really trying to use it up last year, but then I just decided, no, it separates on me. It looks really dry on my forehead, and it just, no matter what I did, I would mix it with oil, put on a hydrating primer underneath it. It just looked dry, especially for a hydrating foundation. No, I think I got this in like a Tarte kit that was like when you pick the 5 products, and so it wasn't that expensive, but still, no, not for me. Next, I have a Natasha Denona product. It's the Natasha Denona Face Glow Cream Shimmer in the shade 02 Medium. So it's like a shimmery kind of stick. I found this at TJ Maxx, all right? But it was sealed and nobody had used it before, and I've gotten lots of, makeup at TJ Maxx, that's fine. But this, I don't know if this is old or just not their best product. I hadn't really heard anything about this, but this is just, it's chunky and it sits on top of the skin. I love cream highlights, including a lot of highlights that are in the stick form, but this just, it's so chunky on my skin, and it's a little dark, and a little too gold for me, and no, I used it a few times and then I put it in the bin because this is just a no. Last base product I have here is the IT Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. This is the old packaging. I've had this for a really long time, and there's not a lot left in here. I have the shade Light, and I feel like I really liked this for a long time, or at least I thought I did. It's really, really thick, and you definitely need like the tiniest amount, and then you warm it up with your fingers and put it under your eyes, okay? My issue is that the older I've gotten, and it's winter here, I feel like the older I've gotten, the more dry my under eyes are, and even though this is supposed to be a hydrating formula, I feel like my eyes just looked really crepey and wrinkly, and it made me look older than I am, even though this is like a line that a lot of women, like my mom, loves this concealer, and I don't know, it just isn't it for me. And I actually have a backup of the new formula, and I think I'm going to give that to her because I finally decided that this isn't for me. I like a more thin, creamy, blendable concealer. Even if it has less coverage, that's fine with me as long as it looks skin-like, and this is just too thick for me. Let's move on to eye products. The next product I have, I recently posted about on my Instagram. This was sent to me through Octoly, and this is the Allure Lash and Line Clear Lash Adhesive Pen. Okay, so it's lash adhesive that comes in this form, and you just draw it on to your lash line and then stick the lashes on. Good concept, but I spent so much time with this formula. I do wear lashes quite a bit, and I find I use like the Kiss Paint On Lash Glue. That works great, but I felt like I applied this like 10 million times and I still can't get my lashes to stick. The inner corners were coming up. I spent way more time on my lashes than I normally do, and this is just not worth the time for me. I know that a lot of people said that the Allure, it's like a black liner gel glue, that is supposed to be better than this, but this did not work for me. Next, I have the Ico London Skinny Liquid Liner. I think we've all gotten these in like Ipsy, BoxyCharm. This just seems to be in like every subscription box, so I think I even have more of these. But this is just a typical felt tip liner. But I just feel like these have no pigment. This isn't that old, and it dies every time I try to put it on top of eyeshadow. There's nothing there. It looks like good now, but as soon as I apply it, it'll just die. No, Benefit Roller Lash is better, and the Balm Schwing Liner, that is my top. Another liquid liner is another cult favorite product that just didn't work for me. It's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. I got this when it was half off for Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty a couple months ago, and I was really excited because this is the brown shade here, and even that I had to go over a couple times. This, I don't understand the hype around this. I feel like it just doesn't have any pigment, and I'd go over and over and over, and I could barely get the amount of darkness I wanted with the liner. I felt like I could apply this over and over and over, and I wouldn't get the pigment I wanted. And for a brand new liquid liner, that's just a bummer. So I'm on the lookout for a brown liquid liner that I like. This just wasn't it for me. Last eye product we have here, another product I recently posted about on my Instagram. It's the NYX On The Rise mascara. This is just a little mini that I was trying out. I think I got this in a free gift from Ulta. It's a really cool kind of silicone or like plasticky bristles, and it gives a great effect at first, a lot of lift and volume and length and separation. A great mascara, but as I wore it throughout the day, it just flakes so bad. I think I wore it to work once, and I worked 12-hour overnight shifts as a nurse, and I went in the bathroom at like 4 a.m. and I was like, it's all over my face and there's nothing left on my actual eye. So it's just not working for me. I did use it quite a bit, and there's not much left in there. The last couple products I have here are lip products. This is the Soap and Glory, the Sexy Mother Pucker lip gloss. I don't know if this has a shade or not, but this, I like a good tingling, plumping lip gloss, but this was like painful. I couldn't even keep it on my lips. I had to take it off because my lips were hurting so bad. It's a pretty shade, and it has an interesting scent. It smells like chocolate. This is something I couldn't use more than once because it literally burned my lips. The last products I have here are another cult favorite product that everyone seems to love that just didn't work for me. It's the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lips. Now, I'm not as into liquid lips as I used to be, but I did get these a while ago, and I never really talked about them, but they look beautiful. What are the shades I have here? I have Heroine and Lover is the more pinky shade. I put these on my lips. They look beautiful, but they come off in flakes. Like, it didn't wear off evenly. It just, my lips would look like they're peeling off, and it was just so ugly. And then it was really hard to reapply on top of, even with chapstick and lip balm and stuff like that. They just looked terrible. All right, I hope you enjoyed me rambling about all the products I didn't like. I don't like to be negative, but I also feel like you can't always talk about products you love because honestly, I don't love every product I try. So I want to be honest with you guys and tell you what products you should steer clear from because I want you to spend your money on the best products possible. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram and here for more videos like this. If you liked this video and want me to continue doing, I'll start a new bin, and if you want to see products that didn't work for me as a series, I can definitely do that. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.